You know, when your dog curls up beside you every single night, it's easy to think it's just about comfort, maybe a little routine, or simple affection. But what if I told you that's only half the story? Especially for those of us over 60, this nightly ritual, well, it reveals a much deeper truth. So let's dive into what's really going on.
So let's ask the big question. Why does your dog really choose to sleep with you? The answer, it turns out, runs a lot deeper than the obvious stuff. To your dog, your bed isn't just some soft mattress. It's a safe perimeter. It's a field of trust where they are both guarding you and, believe it or not, attuning to your every breath.
You see, what unfolds in that shared space at night can recalibrate your bond in ways you might not even expect. We're about to uncover the deeper motive behind their choice, a truth that, honestly, most people completely overlook. All right, so here's what we're going to cover in this explainer. First, we'll talk about why it's more than just cuddles. Then, we'll decode what their different sleeping positions reveal. We'll also get into when you should be concerned. And finally, we'll talk about the unspoken promise they make to you every single night. Okay, let's start with the instinct behind their choice. You might think your dog sleeps beside you simply because they love you, and of course they do. But for them, it's actually one of their most important survival decisions. So here's the key difference. For us, it's all about love and warmth, right? For them, it's a very conscious choice rooted in safety and belonging. Dogs will always choose sleep spots that feel predictable and calm, places where they feel the most secure.
Now, what's really interesting here is why an owner over 60 often makes the perfect match. Think about it. Your slower pace, a steady routine, that quiet energy, and just fewer surprises. All of that creates the ideal sense of security for them. So when your dog lies beside you, it's not some random act of affection. It's a very deliberate choice.
But here's a little twist that most owners never see coming. While your dog really benefits from sleeping with you, there might be some subtle things happening in your bedroom that are actually causing them stress. And later on, we'll talk about how to spot these things and make sure you both get a peaceful night's rest. Let's move on and see how this all builds. We're now going to decode those silent messages your dog is sending you every single night, just through the specific way they choose to sleep. Have you ever wondered why your dog lets out that deep sigh right before falling asleep? It's not boredom. It's actually communication. They're releasing tension through their breath, calming themselves down and syncing up with your rhythm. That sigh is their way of telling you, I'm safe here. Now this next position, it really shows the depth of their trust. If your dog lies on your chest, it's not just for the warmth. They are literally trying to sync their heartbeat with yours. This position, well, it signifies absolute and total emotional trust. And what if they curl up by your feet? This shows what you could call loyalty at a distance. They're close enough to be on guard, ready to protect you, but just far enough away to truly rest. It's a pretty perfect balance when you think about it.
But maybe the ultimate signal is when they sleep on their back near you. In this position, there's no easy exit path, no watchful eyes. It is an act of complete and total surrender. It's their quiet way of saying, I'm home. You know, if these little insights are helping you understand the quiet conversations you're having with your best friend every night, maybe you could help us out. Help us reach more dog lovers who want to understand this incredible bond by subscribing to the Love Dogs channel.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit and talk about some practical advice. You might think your bedroom is a total paradise for your dog, but some really small details can cause stress that you might not even realize is there.
You know, things like flickering lights from a TV or the scent from an air freshener, or even just your own restless movement at night, all of that can be pretty disruptive. And as our dogs get older, their stress threshold drops, so these small disturbances can really affect their sleep, their mood, and even their trust in you.
So here's how to fix it. It's pretty simple. Try to keep the room dark, cool, and scent-free. Turn off those screens a little earlier, and if your dog has a favorite sleeping spot, whatever you do, don't move it. That's their ritual zone, and respecting it helps protect their peace. Now this next part is so important. If your dog suddenly starts sleeping way too close, like pressing right up against you and refusing to leave, it might not be affection. If that closeness is new or intense or restless, that's not bonding, that's coping. It could be a sign of pain or fear or anxiety. Just remember, affection feels calm, anxiety feels tight.
And finally, let's talk about the true meaning of this whole ritual. Because it's not the sleep itself that matters most, but those quiet little moments right before.
This is when your dog takes one last look at you, maybe circles the blanket a few times, lets out that sigh we talked about, and then finally settles down. To most of us, it just looks ordinary, but to them, it's a profound and meaningful ritual.
This really gets to the heart of what's happening. In that quiet moment, they are making you a silent promise. A promise that says, "I'll be here when you wake up." They're memorizing your breathing, your scent, the rhythm of your night, and they only truly settle when they feel your peace.
So here's the real takeaway. They are not just sleeping with you. In a way, they are sleeping for you. A part of them always stays awake, tuned to your slightest movement. Yeah, it's instinct, but it's also devotion. They are the quiet guardians of our dreams.
So, to recap what we've learned today, your dog sleeping with you is all about instinct and security. Their position is a silent form of communication. It's really important to watch for those warning signs of stress or anxiety. And most of all, this nightly ritual is an unspoken promise of loyalty and protection. The next time your dog curls up beside you, just remember it's not just sleep, it's trust made visible. Every sigh, every little twitch is a quiet conversation. So let me ask you, what is your dog telling you tonight?
If these quiet moments mean as much to you as they do to your dog, please share this explainer with someone else who loves their dog just as much. And be sure to subscribe to Love Dogs for more stories that remind us how love doesn't need language, just presence.